K4 Bravo Golf.
K4 Bravo Golf. Go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, and a pleasant good afternoon to everyone. The name here is Bob. We're located near Savannah in Sylvania, Georgia, running some ancient gear here by most people's standards. It's an OMNI-6 option 3, driving a little Hercules 2 into a tuned dipole outside about 15 meters high, and you have a good signal here, sir. Again, the name is Bob. Thank you very much. Over.
Roger, Bob. Now, you might be just a little warm going into your ALC. I would bring up my ALC meter and with a mic gain in hand and adjust my ALC for running mid-scale to 2/3 by manipulation of the mic gain. Roger.
Yeah, Roger, let me back off on it just a little bit. Does that look some better there or sound better, etc., and so forth? Over.
Yes, sir. It sounds a bunch better. It sounded like you were up against the wall trying to get to Cuba on a bad day.
I'll have to remember to keep my tobacco out of my mouth, right?
Roger, you got it going on now. It looks to be about a 3 dB dynamic range, and that is 80 to 85% average peak modulation. Roger.
Wonderful. Well, I certainly appreciate that very much, sir. You got a nice signal in here, K4BG.
Roger, Bob, and your EQ sounds a lot better since it's not pushed quite as hard.
Great. Well, I'm just going to put some glue on these knobs.
Roger, Gorilla Tape, Roger.
There you go. Thanks so much for your service, sir.
Yes, sir, Bob, and if you would like to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. And on that page, we currently have about 1,060 recorded Qso-Vlogs, but you'll be looking for one in specific, and it will be called My Group Aircheck 41020. My Group Aircheck 41020. Roger?
That for November 20.
Yeah, it's today's date, 4/10/20, Roger.
Oh, 4/10/20. Thank you very much. I've written this down. I appreciate it.
Roger, and what type of antenna did you say you were running?
This is about 135-foot dipole up about, average of 50 feet in the air, fed with open line through a 238 coupler.
Roger. Now, do you use that antenna on 80 as well?
Yes, I do.
Roger. And what kind of SWR differences do you have between when you run it on 80 and when you run it on 40?
Well, now, whoa. I'm feeding this thing with tuned feeders through a antenna coupler, so I don't allow any SWR at all. Over.
Roger. And you do that through antenna tuning or through the magic of patience?
No. I use an L network. It's a modified L network coupler through a homemade balun 1-to-1 that goes into a ladder line. Over.
Roger. I was just curious there. I always am amazed at folks that can make one antenna do 2 bands,
Oh yeah. This one I use on on 80 meters, 40 meters, and 30 meters, and then I have a beam for those above that. And I've got an antenna I built up 2 years ago, and I still have not put it outside and gotten it up off the tower there for 160 and 80, and that is actually going to be a vertical dipole with folded ends on it, and should work rather nicely, looking for long propagation there.
A vertical dipole. Now, how long is that vertical dipole? Is it balanced to the center, or how's the lengths go?
Yes, it is. Well, if we believe balanced antennas such as a dipole and we keep them balanced, then they do not require radials. That's a controversial thing I won't get into, but anyway, it depends a lot on your soil. This one will be about 55 feet vertical with the feed point in the center of that 55 feet. So that'd be about 27 and a half feet up, and the bottom of the antenna will be at approximately 10 feet or just slightly less than that, and the top will come off of 65 feet and will go horizontally to a rather large tree. The 160 meter element is approximately 265, 270. I haven't pruned it yet, so right now it's 270, and the 80 meter element will be approximately half of that, about 135 feet, and it will come off fed at the same point, common feed line. It will be coaxed with a choke there at the feed point to get rid of the common mode problems, and from there we'll come away horizontally to a little roof tower that I have, and then down to the shack to be fed with RG8X, and the 80 meter element will actually, the top part of it will come down to about 25 or so feet, because that's the tallest pole I've got. Now that means the pole will be about 20 feet, but the end of the antenna will still be probably closer to 40 feet, and then the bottom of that, where it bends, will be horizontal, as would be the bottom of the 160 meter antenna, if that makes any, if you can vision that. Over.
Oh, Roger, yes, and I hope that you'll be able to have a A/B switch so you can check between the two. You know, just go back and forth and see how well you've advanced over the antenna that you have.
Oh yes. One click of a rotary switch right here in front of me will solve that.
Roger, yes, I always enjoy multiple options. There's nothing better than the right antenna at the right place at the right time.
That's right. Well, this antenna here is a decent antenna. We understand what a full wave looks like. It's got some lobes and nulls in it and so forth. But then again, the vertical dipole is going to have a much lower angle of radiation than the vertical antenna. Than a horizontal antenna. And the horizontal antennas, you'd have to, on 160 meters, get something up at least 300 feet. And even then, probably your better verticals would work better for a longer skip, lower angles of radiation, let me just put it that way. Yeah, I've been at this about 62 years now, and I've built all my antennas just about over.
Roger. Now, are they mostly all dipoles?
No. My beam is an old Mosley. A lot of people don't like them. I do. I swear by the thing. It's a Pro 57A at 67 feet.
All right. Now, you're serious about it. Anybody that goes over 50 feet is serious about their antenna, Roger?
Yes, sir. Very much so.
Roger. All righty. Let me jump out of here. You're sounding good. Did you say you were in Georgia?
Yes, I am. I'm in Sylvania, Georgia, the only active ham in the community.
Now, how do you know that? I guess you haven't been getting any local QRM or anything.
I'm the only, my wife has a general class with code, and I have the extra, and we are the only two licensed amateurs in this county that are on the air.
I see, Roger. Now, does she buy her own gear, or do you buy gear for her?
Well, she shares my gear. She hasn't operated a lot lately, but she used to be on the airways a good amount, and we're happy with that. We've been married now 55 years.
Roger. Well, the family that stays together stays together, and what a beautiful hobby that you both are able to share, Roger.
Oh yes, well, she raises Shetland sheepdogs, so I do the poop scooping for her.
Roger. Well, what do they say? Shoot low, they're riding Shetlands.
I'm sorry, say again?
There's an old saying, says, shoot low, they're riding Shetlands.
Oh, yes, Shetland ponies. Well, these look like not the miniature collies in some people's opinion. Check us out. You can go to QRZ under my call, and the homepage is there, and you'll find out more you ever want to know.
Roger, Bob. I'll do that, sir. And if you, like I say, if you want to hear what your radio sounds like, go to YouTube and do that call letter search, KC9VKV. And then when you get to our Qso-Vlog page, be looking for My Group Air Check 41020. Roger?
I got it. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Threes to you, sir. Have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend coming up. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network will be running and recording live from 3:30 till 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.